Hello there Facebook fans, and welcome to the Doctor Who Generations Q&A Part 1. So here we are, all the questions that you submitted for us to answer we've got here. You know, we've got a laptop screen full of them, so hopefully we'll be able to answer some of them. This is just going to be kind of unscripted, it's just going to be a full, long... In fact, I'll move the... Yeah, you know what, I'll move the laptop here. How about that? Is it easy to make a movie in general, like with getting the permits and staying up late to make that one perfect shot? I plan to make a movie and I have no idea where to start besides writing the script. How much money will I need to save in order to do it? Really, it's not easy to make a film in general. Not with everything you've got to work on. You've got to write a script, you've got to get music for it, you've got to get a catchy opening. First thing is getting your script really very good, or do what I did and hire someone to write it. Some people may accept money for it. I'll just close the door. Some people may accept money for it and some people may not. It all depends on who you really ask. And you've got to plan everything. You've got to plan if things don't go right, you've got to plan filming dates. Permits are only generally used for huge, you know, I want to corner off this street and use this street, so you would have to get in touch with the police to let them know that you would like to block it. You would also have to probably get a license. But yes, it's not easy, but sticking at it gets you there. How much money will I need to save in order to do it? Was the second question asked by the same person. Or depends how big you want the film to be. If you want it to be quite a small base thing, then you would have to, you know, you would have to be able to save up quite a bit of money. But some people do it for free, and there's some people that I've seen on the internet that do it for absolutely nothing or very close to nothing. I've spent at the moment about £200 so far, and it's not even been made yet. So just stick at it, and it all depends how big you want the project. So this is a question that's already been answered, so I will just copy out the thing that's been said. What was the hardest part of the writing process aside from the writer's block? Now, I asked the scriptwriter of this series to be able to give us an answer, and he gave us this. Damn it, I can't say writer's block. The hardest part was pace and structure. The difficult part of a low-budget production is that you'll have a limited number of actors and locations. So how do you make that engaging to a viewer or prevent the material from getting stale? You can't just have 5 scenes in a row with the Doctor and the companion. You need breathing room. The problem with that, though, is the scene just isn't written in the script, or if it's not being filmed or edited, then you have no idea if the breathing room is adequate enough or if it's too much. It's a hard balance, but then again, writing is hard. If it's not hard, then you're probably doing it wrong. And I stick by everything in this. You know, if you write a scene and it doesn't work, but it fits in somewhere else, you know, you can always rejig it around, which is kind of the good thing about being a manager of a film and controlling every single aspect, because you can say, that works better there in the editing suite, or that might work better if we film it like this on the actual location. So it's purely up to you. Question 3. When this series goes into full swing, what kind of stories is the series hoping to do? And if so, will there be certain restrictions to them, like what's your budget? Are you able to require Dalek props? Can you do complex filming on locations? Our budget is as low as possible, but I do have an episode planned if the series pans out as a series finale. And my style isn't computers. My style is, if you want an explosion, create it genuinely, but enhance it with computers. So that would require a lot of money. So that would either be me working, you know, every day non-stop for about a month to be able to save up enough money for it, or to crowdfund or something like that. I really don't know. It all depends on how this pilot pans out. If the pilot works, you guys get a series. If the pilot doesn't pan out, we'll try something else. We'll try a different approach. Are you able to require Dalek props? If we need any Dalek props, we'll find a Dalek prop. can you do complex filming on locations? It all depends complex. I try and make it look professional, as cheap as possible. All depends again what your style is in creating your films. Did any episode plots give you inspiration, or were all the ideas your own? I came up with the plot of this episode purely based off, it was the locations of Hyde. They were taken, but also I just came up with the idea of the whole entity and the whole plot. I came up with that actually in the shower at about 2:30 in the morning. So I was quite proud of that. And me, I've never been strong at writing. I've never been good at it. And for me to be able to say, okay, I've come up with a story and someone write it, even though they've written it, I kind of feel a sense of responsibility in how everything's panned out with it. So, yeah. Purely based off Hyde kind of meets The Impossible Planet, kind of meets The Doctor's Wife, kind of. You'll find out when you watch it. What kind of mood and story are you going for in the movie? Not asking for plot details. What stories are you influencing you? Okay. The kind of mood we're going for is classic series filmed in HD. And I've said that a lot to the people in production. What if the classic series was filmed in HD with the same structure, with the same kind of pacing and everything, and this fan film hopefully will be able to replicate that for you. And for fans of the classic series, you might be able to relate to it. For fans of the new series, you might be able to say, that's quite a good structure. Try and use that. Did you plan to shove this in Moffat's face when it's done to show what he's doing wrong according to you? If anyone from the show wants to watch it at all, they perfectly well can do. When it is made, I would try and just get it out there. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, whatever anyone else uses, just to get it out there. That would be amazing, and give it as much coverage as possible. That would be very much appreciated. Question 7. What was the most expensive part of pre-production? For us, it was the title sequence. It would have been the theme tune, but it's the title sequence. And getting the actors up here. That is the hardest part of this, of the whole creative structure. So, if you want it to look professional, you need to get someone professional to do it. If you want to make it look cheap and, you know, chroma key different elements in from different title sequences, you can do, and it will probably still have the same effect. Is this film going to be more stylistically reminiscent of classic or new Who, or is it going to be something completely different? Like I said earlier, classic Who filmed in HD, so it's kind of a blend of the two. And hopefully, like I said, classic fans will be able to say, wow, and new series fans will be able to go, you know, I have no idea. Will this be one big meaty over arc where every episode plays a piece of a Saxon type arc where it's foreshadowed into the last couple of episodes? Again, we don't know until the series takes off. I have an idea where the series could go. It all depends what, you know, how the pilot works, whether it's greatly received, whether certain elements work and certain elements don't work, and then we can implement that into a series if you guys want it. How is this sort of thing organised? Difficultly. I contacted Mr. TARDIS about a script, and it worked. The hardest part was finding actors. Now, I would message people that have been in Doctor Who productions before and say, look, I have a Doctor Who production, can you help out? No, I'm very busy, sorry, I won't travel. I contacted Dominic on his cosplaying, and I said it was a very, very mature approach to the different elements of the character, and, you know, where you could take it as a different costume. And he was very much in love with that, and he supported me a lot during the fans. Awkward cut because I only realised this camera records for 10 minutes. Welcome to the Doctor Who Generations Part 1, and we're going to be carrying on with question 11. How does the fan series deviate from the series? No, that's where I was. I was saying, Dominic supported me a lot in the actual process of being able to give the fans what they wanted in this and be able to kind of organise trailers and things. We hope you enjoyed that trailer, by the way. I think it was very, very creepy. So how the fan series deviate from the actual series? I think you mean the main series. Like we said earlier, it's going to go straight down and they go, oh, we're going to do one thing as a Doctor Who official BBC thing. Okay, we're going to go another, and weave in and out of the actual fan series that other people create, like Luke Newman and Nathan Carter and a few others and people like that. Who is the distorted vocal talent behind the entity? That was Daniel Mulholland, who is iWho Productions on YouTube. It would be really great if you could actually subscribe to him, because he's trying to make a film right now and he really needs your support. He's trying to be able to get a budget of, I think it's around £300, which isn't a lot actually, and he wants it to be a feature, so we're talking about 90-100 minutes of actual footage here. So it'd be really great if you could actually support him and subscribe to him down there. I'll put a link in the description for you. Who will be scoring your film? Did the same person that did your custom theme be able to actually score it? Hardwire Productions actually made the custom theme for the Doctor Who series. Check it out, it's the Double Doctors theme and it sounds a bit like this. Which is a mix of actually the old series and the new series theme. I often imagine it as the fifth Doctor's theme mixed in with the 50th anniversary theme tune. I think it actually works quite well. And no, we're going to be using Murray Gold's theme music, so everything from Doctor Who Series 1 to Series 7 and soon to be Series 8. You've got Torchwood, Sarah Jane Adventures and the Adventure in Space and Time. All of them are going to be used, as well as some fan created work, hopefully, fingers crossed. What sort of equipment and editing software did you use and what kind of budget do you have? I'm not going to answer any more questions about budget because we've already covered that right in the past. What sort of equipment and editing software did you use? Thanks in advance, can't wait for the film. Thank you very much. The equipment we're using is this camera, which is a Nikon D3100, recording at 1080p in 24 frames a second with an 18-55mm wide angle lens. We've also got a 55-200mm zoom lens. Editing software we're using Sony Vegas Pro 10. We're also using After Effects CC and Adobe Premiere Pro CC, so hopefully we'll be able to create lots of genuine effects. Question 16. How did you manage to create a budget for a fan film, assuming it isn't entirely out of pocket? It is all out of pocket. Will it be in its own universe, or will it be in the same universe as the main television series? Like we've already said, it's going to go straight down, BBC series is going to go off, or even an out of fan series. Were there any noticeable criticisms in the script in general when you confidently showed it to your team and others? No. We thought the script was perfect. For someone who constantly reviews Doctor Who, the reason I spoke to him, he constantly reviews Doctor Who episodes and says it'd be better if the writers did this, or the Daleks should be written like that, or this new creature could have been introduced more like this, to, you know, be able to give it more dramatic effect. And I thought, since you know how the characters work, and it was after the Parting of the Ways review, which you really should check out and subscribe to Mr. Tardy's reviews on YouTube, show your support. Then he knew how the characters worked and how the characters would behave, how companions should be written, how enemies should be written. So I sent him a lowdown of an episode and he came out and wrote it. It was amazing. It was literally perfect for what we were trying to do, and it captures the essence of the Doctor, and that is perfect. We could have called it Essence of the Doctor, but I didn't really like X of the X because it's entirely predictable. So we came up with Portals of the Past, or from the past, I can't quite remember. Ooh, there we go. And question 20, what do you fear the most in the production process? Getting it wrong. With actors who generally live close to the filmmaker, you can say, can we reshoot this scene? And they will say yes. And they will be able to go back and reshoot it, no problem. With Dominic being 230 miles away and it costing him about £85 to come up here every single time we want to reshoot a scene, it's virtually impossible. We've got about 5 days to shoot the entire thing. We've got 5 days to shoot 50 minutes worth of footage. That worries me. Especially with the CG aspects of the TARDIS and people interacting with it. live footage. You've also got line mumbling, you've got line retakes, you've got everything, and it worries me a bit that I'm going to get it wrong and be able to disappoint, because I hate disappointing people, you know, and hopefully I can get this right. If I get it wrong, who knows, you know, we can reshoot anything we need to, and we can try and add dominance somehow. Thank you very much for the questions. We had 20 questions overall, which was very strong considering I only put it up about 22 hours ago. So that was good. Thank you very much for your continued support of Doctor Who Generations. It really means a lot to me. I've only got 81 subscribers on YouTube, and now 225, I think it is now, people are saying, we support your fan series enough to want it to happen, so here's a like. And it's a like, it's one click on a computer. I know that means, oh, you know, it's one click, it doesn't mean anything, it's talking stupid. One click is great for me, because it means that this fan series is constantly getting improved, and constantly people are wanting to see it. So we really hope we don't disappoint, and we really hope you enjoy it. Thank you very much for watching this Q&A. If you comment on this video or any more statuses that we put up, or just send us a message on the Doctor Who Facebook page if you want to know anything more. We'll try and make another one of these videos. Hopefully you enjoyed it and I haven't been rambling too much. I've recorded about 16 minutes worth of footage. So, thank you very much for watching. We're glad you enjoyed it, and please continue to like Doctor Who Generations on the Facebook page. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Bye bye.